Alright, here we go. Exdeath here at the end of World 2. Ouch, physical attack, but actually that is not as bad as it could have been. Let's have Ferris do a little chakra action. I just want to see, I haven't used it in a while. I want to see how effective chakra is at doing anything to preventing stuff. Sadly, Ferris cannot put Protect Shield on herself because she has the Reflect Ring. I randomly happened to pick one up from Wall Knights in the Barrier Tower. I didn't really grind for them, but I happened to pick one up. Spend the first round here getting Protect up, hoping that Dynamo comes next, and then we can kind of figure out what's going on. Alright, that was another physical attack, and it was dodged by the Red Mage. Thank you very much for the dodge. Really appreciate that. I would love, love, love to see some X fights here in this first phase. This is going to be a rod breaking extravaganza. I hope you're ready for that because it is going to be one. No Twin Lance. We're going right for the Ice Rod. We're going to be doing this with a lot of our characters because we just don't have a good way to boost damage here. Critical hits from the Monk are one way, and there was one, and also X-Fight from the Gale Bow. And there is a reflected spell. That may have been Gravity 100. No, it wasn't 100. I don't know what that was off the top of my head. And I think everyone is out of danger of the level 3 Flare. But we're not out of danger of the Earthshaker. We don't have shells, so we can't really protect ourselves from Earthshaker, sadly. I'm just going to try to distribute which rods I break. Here we go. Oh, no, it's right there. Ooh, nice crit. So that's 2 attacks with a crit. That's very good. And Exdeath has some physical evasion, I believe, so... Oh, cool. Dispel missed, and the physical attack blocked. So Dispel is a counter. Here is X-Fight, actually, so this is good. So this does 4 attacks for half the damage. I think it's half multiplier, but the defense is cut down. All right, there's Earthshaker. Let's see what the damage is here. Yeah, scary, but not too scary. And actually, this is a time... I'm gonna do this. Exdeath is gonna get a little bit of healing here on my dime because of the Reflect Ring. That's a big disadvantage. It's not gonna be much, but it's going to help us out. And then I can have Ferris heal herself up. So Exdeath's gonna get a couple hundred, I guess about 400 hit points back from us, which is unfortunate, but you know. Them's the breaks. There's Dispel at Ferris again. Dispel doesn't actually take her Reflect Shield off because she has the Reflect by way of the ring, which is an always effect. So you cannot Dispel or remove Reflect when it's like that. Cool. Vacuum Wave, not doing the kind of damage that I'm sure Exdeath hopes that it will do. Sadly, you will see when the Red Mage breaks the rod, normally it doesn't do as much damage as when the Freelancer does it, and that's because the Freelancer has a ribbon in her hair, and that ribbon boosts her magic, which is usually enough to give her another multiplier, although looking at these damage readouts, it might actually be about the same multiplier. So they might be in a slow growth range where it's not doubling anything there. I'm really hoping to get Exdeath into his second phase here soon. I don't know how close we are. I haven't been watching the hit points. This is why I bought all these rods back in World 1. I've been hanging on to them really just for this battle. I did kind of put a half-hearted effort into picking up a Staff of Light, but I didn't grind on those guys in Guido's Cave specifically. Wow, not much damage from the Monk there when he can't get a crit. Alright, there's Zombie Breath. I gotta pause and look at the damage here. Alright, thankfully the big damage was on my Monk, who is in fine shape, actually. But we still have a HP leaking Freelancer there. And it actually might be something like Elixir time for the Monk, maybe? I'd like to get back on the offensive. Might be Elixir time for the Monk. Let's throw another Ice Rod. Although once we get to the second phase here... Okay, which we are. We're in the second phase right now. Once we're there, it really is just Phoenix down and raise time. So once we're in this phase, it's... Oh, raise, reflect, shield. Wow. I did not realize that reflect was still valid on a character on the ground. So this is actually pretty scary right here. Let's try... Who's going to get the faster action? Because she's going to be really vulnerable. Actually, this might be GG right here because I couldn't get that raise to stick on the hunter. All of Exdeath's stuff is single targeting. But if he spreads them out between us... Okay, he did not spread them out between us, which is good. But I need to survive around. I need to have at least 2 characters survive around, which is not super likely to happen, because you'll have stuff like that. I do have Phoenix Downs once her MP runs out. Yeah, and that's going to happen every time until she can dodge one with the Elf Cape, which she does have. She does have an Elf Cape. She can't dodge magic. But so far she's eaten, what is that, 3 physical attacks in a row without dodging one? Alright, there's a miss. Alright, cool. So now we need to really get everybody on their feet and fast. Okay. This is better now. This is better. We're not in the super danger zone right now. We're in the pretty dangerous zone right now. There we go. Good. Okay. So there's a reflected Ice 3. Thank you, Exdeath. So that's really the kind of stuff we need to be happening. Is Exdeath targeting magic attacks at Ferris. That's the kind of stuff that needs to be going on. So now we need to have, and I've got 3 Elf Capes around. And I have, okay, there we go. Right, cool, double dodge right there. So now we can actually spend a round getting some offense in. And I would have liked for that to have been not just a regular attack. I'd love to see an X-Fight right here, because we really need it. We really would like an X-Fight to land. And I'm going to do another round of rods here. Not the bow. That's not going to help me at all. Alright, here we go. 2 lightning rods. And I've got enough rod damage in my supply there. I've got enough to cover it. And I'm actually going to have my monk drink an elixir just so that he can survive 1 hit. He should be able to survive 1 hit. Good. There's a reflected magic. And good, cool. No physical attack to back it up. Nice work. So this means we get to do 2 more rods. So we get to do about another 3,000 or so damage. A little bit less than 3,000, I guess. Maybe you can call it 3,000 if you allow the damage from the hunter. Very good. That's not a good time to miss. I'd rather have a crit than a miss. All right, so there is Exdeath missing, and missing twice on the backside. Very good. Come on, Ferris, let's have another X-Fight. There it is. So some rapid fire is another name and another translation for this. So it's going to do about as much as a broken rod, you may notice. It's going to do actually, and I think it's actually more than a broken rod now that I was looking at the damage readouts. I think it's more than a broken rod. Because it was about 350 or 360 times 4. Also, X-Fight, you cannot miss. So there's no evasion taken into account. All right, let's see if he can survive that. Yes, he can. All right. So the hunter could not survive it. The archer could not survive it. But the monk could survive his own nonsense there. Not sure if this is the right call to bring the monk back up to health. Yeah, it might not be. It depends on the outcome of this next thing. Fire 3. Yeah, so now we have 2 characters down. I was hoping to get somebody's action to revive them before he went again, but he's quite fast. So he's quite fast, as you can see, but now we're back. So if you have everybody on their feet, you can kind of survive a lot of the incoming stuff. As long as you have some kind of evasion for Exdeath stuff. The Reflect Ring is one way. The Elf Cape is another way. You can stay alive long enough to at least do something, to at least get some rounds like this. Rounds like this one where I have all 4 characters on their feet. He's got no more area of effect stuff. He only has single targeting things. Some rounds he'll do 1 thing. Some rounds he'll do 2. A crit would be really nice here because that would be, again, even 1 critical hit doing 900 and then a regular attack. That does about as much as a rod. Ice 3 will take her out. And, okay, miss there. Good. So if you can just keep all 4 characters up, that means you've got 4 characters who can dodge stuff and do stuff. Good. Right. So this one got a little bit dicey, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm going to try to hold on to the fire and the lightning rods for the pyramid in World 3 if I can. And there is Exdeath down. So it only took, I don't know how many rods. He's got 32,000 something hit points. 728, I think. 32,728, I think, is somewhere around where his total is. And at 12 to 1,300 each, that's a lot of rods. I guess Ferris did a little bit of damage. The monk got a couple of crits in there in the first phase of the fight. And then it was just a bunch of Phoenix downs to keep us alive through the second half. But there goes Exdeath, and there goes World 2.